There she is, receiving the charter. Congratulations and the maize, Your Excellency, and it's over to the Acting Vice Chancellor. And please take a quick picture with His Excellency. Alupe, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The chair receives the charter from His Excellency and the maize from His Excellency goes to the acting VC. Alupe, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Mboya, congratulations. Tom Mboya University in Mutembei County. And the maize, it's a heavy one. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Mboya University. All right, there you go. The charter is being handed to the chair. The charter is being handed to the chair. And of Tharaka University. There you go. You have to put it on the shoulder, it's a heavy one. Now take a step and take a photo with His Excellency. Thank you very much. Lukenya, the charter from His Excellency. And yes, congratulations to His Excellency. ZTC, there you go, there is a charter being handed over. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, thank you very much. Kiriri Women's, you did over. There you go. Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, Kiriri Women's University of Science Technology. The East Africa from His Excellency.
Congratulations. Well done.
Goes to the acting VC, the Vice Chancellor, the University. Congratulations. Take a step. Memorable day for all of you. Thank you very much. Congratulations. And thank you so much. Friends University, Alupe University, Tom Mboya University,
to excel in their God-given talents through education.
University in Kiambu County, Lukenya University in makwiny County, Kiriri Women's University of Science and Technology, to His Excellency,
The technical education sector, you have
Education has visited and inspected consistent with the advancement of university education in Kenya. In Vihiga County, Tom Mboya University in Mutembei County, Tharaka University, University in Kiambu County, from the Commission for University Education. Whereas the government...
Good afternoon, everybody.
The East African University in Kajiado County, Technology, and the East African for the establishment.
This gathered, Your Excellency. Thank you.
And that has enabled us to achieve what we have achieved. Request you
from 2013, Your Excellency. All of you. We have been my bulldozer. Begin by recognizing all the governors here present, or this afternoon, We mark here this year when we to be ready to face the challenges of tomorrow.
And the Cabinet Secretary is now my humble duty to invite you humbly to sign the charters for the universities on your left there. It's signed in 2 copies. So that is the second copy for Lupe University. Now is getting Tom Mboya University in Homa Bay County, the document that will remain historical in this institution on this day, the 2nd of August. Located in Busia County, again, a charter historic document for the institution to remain. I realize His Excellency is signing 2 copies. So on this day,
the best jobs are going to the people who are best educated. And our tertiary institutions to determine from a very early age their areas.
First of all, Your Excellency, I want to thank you for having given the Ministry of Education an excellent opportunity through the support that you have given us through the budgetary allocation of 25.9%, which happens to be the highest in Africa. I also want to congratulate Your Excellency for the passion with which you have looked after the basic education sector through the 100% transition and through the support of the competency-based curriculum. I also want to mention that in the technical education sector, you have expanded access and provided support for the students. And lastly, Your Excellency, in the university sector, you have also expanded access. Having seen this ceremony today, you have given a total of 15 public universities and 8 private universities. From 2013, Your Excellency, there is no time, otherwise I would have given a chronology of many things that you have done in the education sector.
As we elevate 8 institutions of higher learning into fully fledged universities through the award of charter. Indeed, it is also a first, being that these are the first charters to be awarded from this state lodge here in Kakamega County. Ladies and gentlemen, the transformation of our education sector here in Kenya mirrors the path that we have equally journeyed as a people and also as a nation. As anchors of the remarkable progress that we have made, universities have continued to play their critical role as centers of knowledge and drivers of innovation, as well as human capital development. At the dawn of our independence, Kenya did not have a single fully fledged university. The first higher learning college was a constituent college of Makerere University in Uganda, and that was the Royal Technical College that was established in 1956, which then later became the University of Nairobi. Moi University was our nation's second university, established in 1984, followed by Kenyatta University and Egerton University established in 1985 and 1987, respectively. Today, the current number of fully chartered universities stands at 52. Of these, 31 are public universities and 21 are private universities. With the award today of charters to these 8 universities, it brings now our total of fully fledged universities in our republic to 60. Hongera sana, pongezi kwenu nyinyi nyote. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, as I wind down my presidency, we are on record on the education sector, and it is evident in the transformation witnessed from basic education all the way to tertiary training and into universities. During my tenure in office, the government that I have led has allocated more than 4 trillion shillings to the sector to fund primary, secondary, university education, the Teacher Service Commission, vocational and technical colleges. And whereas there once stood only 52 institutions of tertiary learning in 2013, today as a country we can proudly boast of 238 institutes, a phenomenal growth of 435%. With this transformation, every single child has an opportunity to achieve his or her dream. In today's world, knowledge and innovation are increasingly becoming life's key differentiators in determining success. And it is for this reason that our investments in university education has been targeted to enhance access to relevant but also marketable courses that will herald a new era of innovation, thereby propelling our country to higher levels of both economic and social development. And we have not only done this by giving institutions full autonomy, as we are doing here today, but also by selecting a few specialized institutions to address matters that are increasingly becoming of national importance. This is what we did with the National Defense University. I really want to commend the Ministry of Education, and indeed all the departments thereunder, and all key stakeholders in the sector for their tireless effort in the transformation of our education sector, especially in the rollout and implementation of the competency-based curriculum, CBC. Our goal is of giving all students opportunities to excel in their God-given talents through education. And this is another testament to our commitment and dedication to equity, access, relevance of our education system. The first milestone in this progress of transition shall occur later this year, when grade 6 pupils take their first assessment and thereafter become the first cohort to join junior secondary. I want to particularly single out my bulldozer, Professor Magoha, who has not feared or fretted, but has remained focused on achieving the goals and objectives that we set for him, and that has enabled us to achieve what we have achieved and to truly transform our education sector into one that shall be globally competitive. But don't allow politics in your institutions. You are here to train people. You are here to give and prepare people to be ready to face the challenges of tomorrow, not to play politics. Tafadhalini, let us create and make our young men and women the best that there can be in this world. That is the only gift we can give them, and we are not going to give them that through porojo. It is through being focused on what we are doing. So let me commend all our institutions of higher learning for remarkably re-engineering the model of delivery of their programs during the subsistence of the COVID-19 pandemic. As we look into the future, a culture of uninterrupted learning should form a key part of the ethos of our higher education. It is innovations such as these that will continue to make us a top destination for university education for students, not only from our neighboring countries, but also from far beyond. Once again, I congratulate the universities that have been elevated to their new status today, and I wish each and every one of you the very best in their services to this great nation, and God's blessings as you produce men and women who shall be the vision holders for our nation tomorrow. We want to combat corruption. And corruption is not just the theft of public funds, but it is also the theft of degrees that are handed over to unqualified personnel, unqualified people, resulting in people going to court to decide whether their degree is valid or not. It is you who is responsible to know whether a degree is valid or not. It is you who has been mandated. And it is you, through your integrity, who must make sure that it is only those who are deserving who are awarded their degree in their various fields. Because failure to do that, you're not only ruining your university, you are ruining the chance and the opportunity for millions of Kenyans to be able to take that document that they hold in their hands and be able to apply for a job in any part of the world. This saga that has gone on during this whole period, you know, people think ni joke kidogo. Me, I'm not really interested in whether a politician has a degree, doesn't have a degree. That's not my business. All right? Neither is it my interest. But it is very sad that that saga goes on. I have a degree. I've gone to court to prove I have a degree. Oh, and this I agree. Because what does that do? It's not about that politician. I'm not interested in him. Mchague, msimchague, shauri yenu. All right? But imagine the damage that you have done to a young man who has struggled hard to get himself an engineering degree, who then goes to try and apply for a job in another country, and he's told, you come from Kenya, your degrees are questionable. Your degrees are questionable. Whose life have you ruined? Whose life have you ruined? You've ruined the life of a dedicated young man who has worked hard for what he has. But because of allowing yourselves to be used for a little bit of money, you have ruined the future of many thousands who are truly qualified. But because you have shed a shadow of doubt on the veracity of the documents we issue, you have also shed a shadow of doubt on the ability of that young man, that young woman, to be gainfully employed after having committed his whole life towards achieving that objective of a degree. Ladies and gentlemen, the 8 institutions that are represented here today and whom we are awarding charters have had to pass a rigorous vetting process in addition to full compliance with all applicable legal requirements. These institutions are also a product of our government's efforts for a higher transition rate from our secondary to our tertiary institutions. As indeed you are all aware, it has been my policy that we must move to a 100% transition from primary to secondary education, and this move to 100% transition has greatly expanded the number of students getting basic education today. Many of these young students are also eager to access further education in their chosen specialized areas in our universities. Kenyans no longer have to contend with tuition charges paid abroad, onerous visa requirements of overseas study in order to get a higher quality education, since today the same is now available locally and also in plenty. Na tunamshukuru Mungu. As I look into the future, the next phase in the development of our institutions of higher learning is to shift focus from university education from its own sake to a more responsive education that is fit for a dynamic global economy. This is because it is increasingly, in an increasingly globalized employment and entrepreneurship landscape, our children are no longer merely competing with their fellow citizens here in Kenya, but actually with learners from across the world. Today, as we speak, we have thousands of young Kenyans working in Silicon Valley, not just locally in our Silicon Valley, but across the globe. And this is because the best jobs are going to the people who are best educated, whether that is young people from Kenya, Uganda, India, China, America, or anywhere else in the world. Jobs are going to those who are best qualified. So as we reposition our universities and our tertiary institutions to support competency-based learning, the challenge to universities is to review their curricula and courses in collaboration with the Commission for University Education so as to ensure that they are fit for purpose and meet the competency, competitiveness, and quality requirements. Through the competency-based education that is now underway in the lower levels, we are permitting our young learners to determine from a very early age their areas of specialization. Some of our young people will focus on arts and sports. Others will take the science pathway. Some will take the social sciences. Others, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, all based on their preferences, but also on their aptitude. So you, as universities, should therefore develop processes that feed into this pathway model and that prepare to take in these children who shall be much more focused on their areas of specialization. Additionally, ladies and gentlemen, for our country to remain globally competitive and relevant, I urge universities to strive to build institutions that are vibrant national organizations and not merely local, ethno-tribal enclaves. We want to see students from Homa Bay not thinking that they can only go to Tomboya University. We want to see them in Tharaka. We want to see students from Makwiny going to study in the university in Kiambu. We want to see the students in Kiambu going to study in the newly created university in Kajiado. This is how we create Kenya. Our universities should be open, not just to people from our backyard, but to all Kenyans, and indeed, even to international students. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my distinct honor and pleasure to issue the presidential proclamation on the award of charters. And now, therefore, whereas the Cabinet Secretary for Education has submitted the charters to me with recommendations thereon, and whereas I am satisfied that the granting of the charters will be of benefit to the advancement of university education in the Republic of Kenya, now wherefore, by these present, be it known that in exercise of the powers conferred upon me under the Universities Act, Act number 42 of 2012, I, Uhuru Kenyatta, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya, hereby grant the charters annexed hereto on this second day of August in the year of our Lord 2022 to 1 Kaimosi Friends University in Vihiga County. Hongera sana. 2 to Alupe University in Busia County. 3 to Tomboya University in Homa Bay County. 4 Tharaka University in Tharaka County. Hongera. 5 to Lukenya University in Makwiny County. 6 to Z-Tech University in Kiambu County. 7 to Kireri Women's University of Science and Technology in Nairobi County. Hongera. And 8, last but not least, to the East African University in Kajiado County. We now leave here entrusting you, our children, and may you discharge this heavy responsibility with the diligence, integrity, commitment, and fidelity that responsibility deserves. May God bless you all. May God bless Kenya. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Shukran.